Doja Cat is in hot water after a seemingly joyful fan interaction saw her doing a 180 afterwards. In a series of tweets that have since been deleted, she went off on the fan, going so far as to publicly accuse him of touching her inappropriately and explaining that she was not okay with the way the whole situation played out.
Doja Cat has called out this fan Pablo for making her feel uncomfortable in this clip that has been going viral all over Twitter. Pablo has also responded, "It's getting messy.
And don't touch me and manhandle me when you don't even effing know me."
And people are divided, to say the least.
Doja Cat has this air about her. She is really arrogant. She's conceited, and I don't care. I said it.
Anti-woman, no. Anti-Doja Cat, yes, quite a bit.
Don't ever feel comfortable enough to engage with someone physically, especially when you don't know them.
But some people are theorizing this is all a distraction to cover up a bigger drama she found herself in the midst of back in 2023.
Do y'all remember when Doja Cat posted this photo in the Sam Hyde shirt? It was a whole fiasco, but with this context, it's even worse.
It all started when Doja Cat ran into a fan on the street following a night out on June 6th. A video of the interaction that allegedly began when she complimented his tank top and he offered to just give it to her was posted the next day on the fan's Instagram page.
I'm about to give my shirt to Doja Cat because she's the iconic girl.
Period!
No, bitch, you deserve it. Literally, and if you ever want anything more, I got you, always. This is the girl right here. I love this out. Thank you so much.
Happy Pride Month!
Pablo.
Nice to meet you.
Wait, what's your real name? Or is it Doja? Is your real name? Ami?
Ami.
Ami, so nice to meet you, girl.
Nice
You're
to meet
beautiful.
you,
I hope you have the best
sweetheart.
night. You're literally everything in one.
Thank you.
Yeah. My girl, Ami. Love you down. Don't say thank you.
You smell great.
But who is this fan anyway? His name is Pablo Tamayo, and he is a TikTok creator and influencer with 500,000 followers, as well as an entrepreneur with a Pride-themed merchandise line. A line he had actually just launched in posts to his Instagram and TikTok a day before his run-in with Doja Cat took place.
I've been working on a clothing collaboration with a studio where I design my own pieces, and I'm so excited. We've been designing them for the past few weeks. I just got a call from my partner. She told me the first designs are ready.
And the day after meeting Doja, he took to TikTok and replied to a follower who asked about what cologne he was wearing, considering it had caught Doja Cat's attention. As a reminder, she complimented his scent at the end of the now viral video.
You smell great.
In his reply, he outlined how he ended up crossing paths with Doja Cat in the first place that night, and how their whole conversation played out.
Okay, so I'm gonna talk about what it was like meeting Doja. So basically, I went to a random bar last night. I was hanging out with my friends. There was a group of people next to us smoking cigarettes, and I wanted a cig. So I asked this girl, I'm like, yo, can I hit your cig? And she's like, the f*** no. And I look up, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's literally Doja Cat. So for the rest of the night, she did her own thing, we did our own thing. And then when we were leaving the place, we caught each other at the Ubers. Earlier in the night, she pointed to my shirt. She's like, I like your shirt. And I was like, thank you, it's my brand. And she was like, she did it. I was like, oh my gosh. So when we went outside, I was like, girl, you're the perfect it girl for my brand. Like, I would love to get a picture of you with it. Like, it'd be iconic. She's like, wait, what is it? I want it. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, I'll get you one. Like, let me get you one. She's like, oh, you don't have my size on? You do? I'm a size small. And I was like, girl, this is a size small. So I took it off, gave it to her, and that's when we had the whole conversation. I'm sorry, guys. It's honestly crazy because I dropped my brand yesterday. Super crazy. I kind of had a bad couple of days. And I randomly met Doja Cat, and she's the sweetest girl ever, and I feel like I actually connected with her. Like, I feel like we actually had like a moment. She's iconic, so she's so sweet. Love her down, yeah.
And he was definitely not a new fan of Doja's, as evidenced by an Instagram reel uploaded in April 2024 that saw him trying his best to make it to the front of the crowd at her Coachella concert.
I'm squatting right now outside of Doja's concert because I am determined to get front row. Probably won't get front row because everyone's pushing, but I'm close enough. These are the boots for today for Doja. 20 minutes later, I am now on the floor. I have no idea who that man is. Getting sleepy. Doja Chala.
Doja.
I just got woken up from my slumber to everybody stumbling to the front. Doja should be on in 8 minutes. She's about to sing demons.
And as the week went on, Pablo continued to share his regular content, promoting his brand, merch, and even vlogging himself joining in on the protests taking place in downtown LA. But fast forward to June 13th, And despite her smiles and friendly demeanor during the interaction, what seemed like a pretty innocent and even positive interaction, especially from Pablo's perspective, with the friendly smooches and holding each other while jumping up and down, took a sour turn a full week later. Doja Cat let her truth be known via tweets to her ex account that have since been deleted. "I threw that musty shirt away, BTW. Bottom line is, I'll smile at you, but it doesn't mean I with you. And don't touch me and manhandle me when you don't even know me. If you know, you know. I honestly think I need to stand up for myself in the moment sometimes. And he didn't even know my name. To be touching me and kissing me on my face like that is crazy." Nate Rerun shared the screenshots on X along with his 2 cents on the whole ordeal. Doja Cat posted and deleted this, and "I'm gagging so bad. Like, what?" He continued. "I don't think nothing what she is feeling is wrong at all. She was just playing it cool on camera and knowing how people switch stories. She sure is a good actor because I thought this was a cute fan moment." And some in the comments couldn't believe the tweet came from the same person as in the video clip. This same Doja Cat? This cannot be for real because girls leg up and everything. And when Pablo heard the news on what Doja had tweeted a full week after their interaction had taken place, he was shocked to say the least, and decided to share his side of the story as well, expressing that he never meant to make her feel uncomfortable.
Hi guys, I was just at a party and I got informed that Doja said some about me on Twitter. I just want to clear this up because it hurts, because I loved her. I watched her at Coachella. I've never claimed to be the biggest fan, but I really stand her and I think what her work is amazing. I just think it's crazy because she's the one at this event that was being so nice, and she pointed out my shirt, and I said, and I like that. And then when I went outside and she was outside, I was like, "Girl, you'd be the perfect girl for my Pride collection." And she said, "What do you mean? What Pride collection?" I said, "Oh, I released this t-shirt, blah, blah, blah. I'd love to give you one." She said, "I'd want one right now." And I said, "Oh, I could give this one to you." She said, "No way, you're not going to give this to me." And that's when the video started, and she was being so sweet and amazing, and I thought that's what it was. And now, guys, she's on Twitter saying she threw that musty shirt away. She's saying that I didn't know her name, that I manhandled her, all this stuff. I understand, guys, if I was being like too nice or whatever, I will take full accountability. I'm gay. I would never want to make her feel uncomfortable. She's so iconic. I have only been saying the nicest things about her. She's the sweetest celebrity. She made me feel so seen. She said, "Ami," I thought she was I mean, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if this is for publicity or for whatever, guys, but I would have never wanted to make her uncomfortable. I would have never even filmed if she didn't say yes, guys. That video that we filmed was after everything.
Pablo went on to get personal and explain that he feels he always finds himself misunderstood or unfairly targeted, especially in moments where he's simply trying to connect.
And I don't want to be that guy that comes on emotional or whatever, but I feel like I'm always the butt of the joke. Like, why am I the punching bag, bro? Like, literally, like, nothing happened other than her liking my shirt. I offered it to give it to her. She doesn't have to keep it. She doesn't have to do whatever. But she was obviously down, like, and I understand she has to set her boundaries. She's a celebrity. I'm not. I will never understand that. So I value that and I appreciate it and I get that. But for me, guys, I'm a normal person that's at a bar, meets Doja Cat. I just released my clothing drop for Pride, and I just offered to give her one, and she said, "Oh, I want one right now." So I had the size. I was like, "Here, take it." I apologize if I did anything wrong at all. But guys, I'm a human being too. And honestly, this just shows me, I guess, that maybe not everybody's who they show in person. I would have never said anything other than she's the sweetest girl ever, but I guess she went on a whole tweet rant about me.
And to Doja's comment that he didn't even know her name.
And also, guys, I know I didn't know her first name. I'm so sorry. I never claimed to be the biggest fan ever. I just respect her a lot for her work. I've listened to her music so many times. I met her 4.5 years ago at the VMAs, and I was like gagged. And I thought 4.5 years later, the world worked for me. Like, the stars lined in my favor, but I guess not.
And Pablo's best friend, who was actually there when everything went down, had this to say.
Doja Cat, Amala, really? The fact that she posted this publicly, talking about my best friend, literally giving her a shirt, manhandled, when she was all up on all of these people inside the club that we were literally at? And then her going on and saying he didn't even know my real name. Girl, your name is Doja Cat. Everyone knows you as Doja Cat. Lady Gaga, her real name is Stefani. No one calls her Stefani. And her tweeting, "I threw out that musty shirt away," then why accept it? Like, hello?
Some people were divided.
We're giving him the same energy back, and not only that, but at one point, you even wrapped your leg around him when you guys went in for a hug. So I don't know how he was supposed to determine that you were uncomfortable. Now, I will agree that you should never be kissing and touching up on celebrities because they don't know you. I feel like both people kind of made some weird moves in this situation.
They're both in the wrong. two things can be true at once. She clearly looks uncomfortable. Her body language is closed off. She didn't initiate any action, and it is clear she is being nice for the camera to avoid conflict. However, I believe she handled the situation afterwards so poorly. Others made fun of the situation.
I'm gonna give my shirt to Doja Cat because she's an icon. Here you go. Oh, she's so adorable. Oh my gosh. She's actually so perfect. She's such an icon.
Wow, that was so wholesome.
At least I get to go to sleep knowing that I was a nice guy today. Yeah, and Mom, Doja Cat was so nice.
This is disgusting.
She's such a good person. She couldn't hurt a butterfly.
Ew, I gotta tweet this.
What the?
But most people were right there with Pedro. Apologizing for being too nice is crazy. She's weird as F. Like, what is her problem? Pablo, it's not you. She's not all there. LMAO. To say musty when she said you smell good is giving weirdo behavior. She's villainizing you for her not being able to enforce her boundaries. Don't apologize for being genuine. The world takes many turns. She called his shirt musty after telling him that he smelled good to his face. That's mean girl behavior. And others on the internet were feeling the same way.
Let's also not pretend like the girl didn't stand out there, smile in his face, take pictures, hug him, wrap her leg around him, tell him how amazing he smelled, and accepted the shirt that he offered her after he took it off of his own back, just to basically go home and do this.
This girl is the nastiest I've ever met. Do not trust her. She is a fugly.
And that wasn't the only Mean Girls comparison.
Oh my god, I love your skirt. Where did you get it?
It was my mom's in the 80s.
Vintage.
So adorable. Thanks.
That is the ugliest effing skirt I've ever seen.
Commenters couldn't get over the fact that things just weren't adding up between the evidence in the video and what she tweeted. She wrapped her leg around him for someone that was uncomfortable? Math ain't mathin'. No! Her saying one thing to his face then switching up on the internet was weird, regardless of anything he did or said. It's a difference between boundaries and insulting him. He didn't mean any ill will, even though he was wrong for not asking to touch her. Fans get excited and they were both drunk. She could have made a PSA to not be touched, instead she humiliated him, which is wrong as well.
Doja Cat should have said how she felt and not dragged it to social media. Everyone is entitled to not be touched if that's what they want, but she was not being true to her fan. She could have declined the shirt, gave him a side hug or no hug, and walked away. Because she was matching his energy. Why are you matching someone's energy like that if that's not what you want? You're a grown woman. Be so for real.
And commenters on the video couldn't agree more. There was literally no indication for him to be like, oh, she's uncomfortable, I should stop. No verbal warning, no body language signs, nothing. I'm so glad someone is giving a valid point. Mind you, he wasn't even aggressive, so I don't understand why she didn't just leave. People couldn't help but feel bad for Pablo.
I honestly just feel bad for the guy that this happened to because he was like, oh my god, I love her. He freaking out because he's like, oh my god, my favorite artist is on the internet talking crazy about me and I thought we were just having a little key. I thought he was gonna carry that moment with him forever.
He seems so sweet. She's wrong for publicly blasting him like that. And most were simply underlining the fact that it appears Doja just doesn't like her fans. She hates her fans, for real. How many times does Doja have to tell her fans she doesn't like them for them to understand?
Doja Cat will never have me as a fan. She has shown again and again and again how much she hates her fans to the point it's disrespectful. I get wanting to be private, not wanting people to run up to you. Then you should walk around with security. I get he kept kind of going in for a hug. Could have just been like, hey, thank you so much, but I gotta go to push. You can't not speak up for yourself. Not walk around with security. Be all huggy with all your fans and then start dragging them all online. Calling that boy musty, trash talking him, trying to embarrass him. So rude and nasty.
And despite the major backlash Doja Cat received for her comments after the interaction, there are some who are wholeheartedly on her side.
I don't care that Doja Cat called that gay musty. Are you forgetting she's a celebrity? She's not your friend. She doesn't owe you anything. If I bumped into her on the street, I wouldn't expect her to want to kiki with me no matter how big of a fan I am, because we don't know each other like that. Y'all are so quick to praise celebrities like Chappell Roan for setting the exact same kind of boundaries, but every time Doja Cat does it, y'all are like, she's so mean, she's so nasty, she needs to be canceled. You can call me a bootlicker all you want, but you're setting a very clear double standard.
I stand behind what she said because she isn't mean. She's real. He probably did stink. And some people were seemingly able to see what others apparently couldn't within the video. She looks uncomfortable. How don't you see that she's uncomfortable?
If y'all watched the clip, you could see that Doja Cat seemed uncomfortable by being touched by this person who was very excited to see her. And is it so unfathomable to think that maybe in that moment she performed like she was comfortable? You know, maybe also the idea that she was being filmed in that moment added more pressure to her performance to make it seem like she was comfortable. But I don't think that people should go around physically touching someone like that. And even if Doja didn't respond, when I watched that video and saw how much physical touch was going on, it made me uncomfortable. I know that if somebody was to have touched me like that, I would really, really struggle to feel comfortable by something like that. That would make me feel very, like, I don't like that. I don't even like physical touch like that to begin with. And I'm sure that the camera being there added more pressure for her to perform. She's literally a performer. And the people who are like, well, why didn't she just let him know that she wasn't comfortable? That's not how it always works. Some of y'all are still too scared to ask for more guac at Chipotle. Some of y'all are still too scared to ask your manager to go to the bathroom. Do you know what I mean? So is it that unfathomable that she wasn't comfortable to say, like, hey, you're touching me too much, and while being filmed? If she wasn't happy with the exchange, I feel like the lesson is that maybe you shouldn't touch people like that. You should ask. If you're going to be rubbing and kissing someone on the cheek, yeah, y'all need to ask.
Every woman has dealt with one of those situations where you just kind of play your part with a guy to get out of the situation that you're uncomfortable in. And then later on, when you're like thinking back on it, you're like mad that you were put in the situation. You're mad with how you acted in the situation. You wish that you had better boundaries. That's what I think is going on here.
Either way, Doja Cat hasn't spoken on the incident again since deleting the tweets that she had posted. And Pablo? Well, he's making the most of it. He's been creating parody dances of the situation on his TikTok.
I'm feeling lovely, it must be. Everywhere I go, they wanna fuck. My nigga who got the musty.
Including this one to the tune and lyrics of Attention by Doja Cat, where she sings, "You're lucky cause I just paid your bills with a reply. I just made your money pile knee high. I just made your stats peak. Now you got a blue check." And even added new merch to his clothing brand to poke fun at the incident. He also played into a conspiracy that had been floating around the whole situation, where people were claiming that he and Doja Cat planned this whole thing up together. And he is just a part of a bigger marketing scheme with a TikTok where he wrote, "Just a reminder, I didn't choose this life. It chose me. I'm an industry plant and I'm only gonna get more famous." People seem to be happy that this whole debacle has brought Pedro some attention. Only thing I thank Doja for is bringing this beautiful human into light. But why would Doja feel the need to get into the public eye in this way? Well, some people have a theory that it is all in an attempt to erase a t-shirt related incident that happened in 2023 when she landed in hot water after posting a selfie wearing a t-shirt featuring Sam Hyde, a comedian widely associated with far-right and extremist circles. Fans were quick to call her out, pointing out Hyde's ties to online extremist hate groups.
Well, what a surprise, Doja Cat wore a shirt with a neo-Nazi on it.
Doja deleted the photo and re-uploaded it with his face cropped out, tossing in an eye-roll emoji for good measure. Later, in an interview with Apple Music, she explained that she wasn't aware of Hyde's background and just thought he was funny, saying,
"Me wearing a t-shirt of somebody who I thought was funny is an attack on people. It's an attack on... It's not. Right. It's not an attack."
The whole situation sparked a wave of backlash, with people debating whether celebrities have a responsibility to know the context behind what or who they choose to wear. And it's now being said that the two shirt incidents are more related than people may think. But she kept that Sam Hyde shirt, okay? People are saying the way she did her fan with the Pride shirt is to change the fact when they look this up, it's gonna come up about the Pride shirt and not the shirt. What do you think about Doja Cat and Pablo's interaction, her backpedaling comments a week later, Pablo's current vibe, and the theories that this is all in an effort to bury the other t-shirt incident? Let us know in the comments. And while you're at it, feel free to like and hit the subscribe button, as it helps us be able to continue creating content. Like this video on how Bonnie Blue's wild petting zoo stunt finally got her banned from OF.